Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to our latest installment of Rams Revealed. I'm your host, JB Long. The Los Angeles Rams are 3-5 with one more road trip to make before their long-awaited bye week. The Green Bay Packers await at Lambeau Field. Our guest this week is a rookie edge. He's already earned an NFL Rookie of the Week honor in the National Football League. Byron Young is here for the first time. Byron, good to sit down with you. Thank you for some of your time.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I have to say, more so than any player who's been on this show before, I don't know a ton about you, and there's not a lot about you out there. Like normally I spend a couple of hours reading and researching.
Yeah.
You're kind of a mystery man, and I like that.
For sure.
So whereas we would normally start with like, okay, hey, let's review the last game or let's preview the Packers, and we will. I think we should start right from the beginning with your personal story, if that's okay.
For sure.
Let's make Rams Revealed kind of like the official biopic about Byron Young, okay?
Sounds good.
Where should we start? Hemingway, South Carolina?
Georgetown.
Georgetown, the official hometown, even though your bio listed differently?
Yeah.
Is that a small town? I mean, the last census I saw is like fewer than 1,000 residents. Is it really that small?
It's definitely small.
Okay, and I saw that you were quoted as saying, you know, we are the families from the low country.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Just that as we kind of like ducked off, in a country area, a lot of woods, not much city, so a lot of people kind of forget about us, like the low country, not really that close to like, a lot of big cities. So.
And your parents are still there?
They're still there, yes.
And where do you fall in the kind of sibling line?
I'm the youngest.
The youngest?
13.
Of 13?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we're going to have to get into some of that. Were you always a football player growing up, or did you invest in some other activities?
I was always like an athlete. I always wanted to play football. My dad used to make this bet was that we was like in the first grade. It was like a half-court shot. So imagine me in the first grade got to make that shot. So he said, if you make this shot, I'll take you to football practice. And we never made a shot till we was like in the third, fourth grade. Well, we never made a shot, actually. He just took us to the practice. But, yeah, he always just used to do that because he knew we wouldn't make the shot. But I felt like that was his way of saying, he felt like we was too young to play football, so.
Was there a sport that he was leading you to? Did he have a favorite?
No, he was a basketball player, but not really. He was a carpenter, so.
God. And are you the best athlete of the 13 children?
The best athlete. I'm gonna say no. It's one of my brothers that he's really talented and definitely a better athlete than me.
You want to name him? Give him a shout out?
Byron Young.
Okay.
I call him my twin brother. We grew up together, so he was always probably the best athlete in the family,
All right, so whether or not you ever made the half-court shot, you do eventually get to play in high school football, right? Carvers Bay High School?
Yes, sir.
What kind of player were you? What type of squad did you have?
Type of player, I was always like the fastest player on the team. Originally probably running back. I was running back, but they loved me at defense. So I was kind of like I returned kicks and I was the defensive end. So I was, one of the, I'd say more talented guys on the team. I ran track, ran a 4x1. It was the second leg, so I was like one of them, athletic guys on the team.
That being said, it sounds like your high school loved you. How come the colleges didn't love you? Did they just not know about you?
Yeah, I say that, and just coming out, I was a non-qualifier, so I had to work my way back, to get attention. But just like I say, we low country anyway, so it's like we didn't get a lot of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of schools, colleges really didn't know about us, but they came through there, from time to time. But it's still kind of underground, so.
So, Byron, were you high school class of 19?
17.
Of 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so you moved from your native city to the Columbus, Georgia area,
Yes,
I read. Is that
Columbus,
correct?
Georgia.
What precipitated that move?
So my dad, he got this thing to where, like, as a young man, after we graduate, he felt like, we should see the world, while being under your parents' roof. So he, I moved out in August to go live with my brother. At the time, I had 4 brothers down there and 2 sisters, so a few nephews. So I moved down there, just started working,
I have read a little bit about your work experience. Dollar General is the one that kind of appears in some press clippings.
Mm-hmm.
But, give us your resume. Okay, so you leave your home.
Yeah.
You leave school. You're going to go start earning some wages.
Yeah.
What'd you learn about yourself, and what kind of jobs did you have?
Moved to Columbus, Georgia, and I was just happy to be there because it was a city and it was everything close by the mall. And I really never been to the mall when I was younger because it was so far away. And I was ready to get my first job. Got my first job at Burger King. I loved the job just because I was working and getting paid, and I loved that. So I cherished that type of job, and I was working there, and then got part time at Dollar General. Then my manager had offered me a position and said, you could just work here full time. I just, up your pay and give you this position, So I left Burger King and started working at Dollar General full time.
So, I mean, you go from high school in 17. These are what, like the 18, 19, 20 years? Is football even on your radar for a while there?
It was. I stayed working out, but it was just like one of them things. Like I didn't really know where to start, and I took some classes at community college.
Okay.
But it really, I was trying to just see. I didn't know where to go. So.
But preparing yourself for a potential college opportunity.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, came in 2020, if I have the timeline right, with the tryout at Georgia Military College?
2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay, so leading into that 20 season.
Yeah.
How did that come to pass? Like, what made you decide, I'm going to give this a go?
It was just like one of them things. When I was working at Dollar General, it was like, it just wasn't a job for me, and if I got a job, I'm gonna do it, no matter what it is. But I just feel like I could have been doing more with my life, either playing football and college, getting a degree. So I just wanted more for myself, and it was an opportunity to where I couldn't lose,
Mm-hmm.
So at the end goal, I would have got a degree if I, wasn't playing football. So that's why that's what really made me make that move.
If you could take yourself back in time, are you making that decision more for the chance to chase a football dream or more for the opportunity to prepare yourself for better professional fortunes?
Prepare myself, for life. Because honestly, it was just like I wanted better for myself and my family. So growing up, I always was a hard worker, and I knew that. I knew my talents, could take me somewhere, but I didn't know where, So I'm good at a lot of things. I just felt like that wasn't the things that I could have, help myself at. So I went to college.
It must have felt good to be reminded that you had some juice on the field, though. I mean,
yeah.
that season must have proved something to you and to the SEC eventually.
We saying 2019 or?
No, just the opportunity to go back to playing organized football. Like whether or not you saw yourself as a professional, you must have had some good outcomes to draw the interest of a school like Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I just feel like my mindset, going into the junior college and me being an older guy, I didn't take nothing for granted. I definitely cherish every moment, versus the other guys. And I feel like that would kind of separated me from other guys. I definitely was really hungry. I was ready to leave. And, I knew I could have played, a Power 5, playing Power 5 level. So that really inspired me to, go for my dream.
So you sense that, like maybe an added maturity from the experiences that you had, the extra years, the work experience when you did kind of arrive in a big-time football facility?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely seen that. Because, versus me, I don't have that much time. I knew that. I knew max I had 2 years to play in college. Even though I had a third year, but I knew, a 17-year-old coming in, an 18-year-old, they could be there forever, I couldn't do that. I had to play now and leave. Even if I didn't want to, I had to leave. I couldn't leave college 26 years old. That wouldn't really look too good. So I just, I gave everything I had. And
I mean, the urgency showed in the way you played for the Vols. You started under Jeremy Pruitt, right, first?
No,
or was it Heupel by then?
I started under Josh Heupel, but he recruited me, Jeremy Pruitt. He recruited me, and before I got there, the staff got terminated, so I never met them.
So you're kind of committed to a new frontier, right? And then there's a little turmoil at the top, but you settle right in, and next thing you know, you're starting in the SEC, dominating in a game like at LSU, one of the biggest settings in college football. At no point were you kind of like, wow, look how far I've come?
Oh, yeah. I always have those moments when, they sing the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have those moments and just think about that. I do it before every game, because, I can't forget where I came from, and,
Sure.
That's a huge part of my journey. So I remember that because I know I don't want to go back there. Not saying it's the worst thing in the world, but I work too hard to go backwards,
Before we get to some pre-draft stuff, I've been to Neyland Stadium. It's like one of the steepest upper decks I've ever been to. Like, you play down on the field. Did you ever even go up there?
I never went up there. I wanted to, but it's definitely really high.
It's a terrific environment for a college football game, isn't it?
For sure. Oh, yeah. Definitely is.
The whole tailgate setting and everything all the way through kickoff. All right, so eventually you get all SEC honors. You get a Senior Bowl invite. Some things are starting to click into place for you. You go crush the combine. Mm-hmm. That must have been a moment where you're like, hey, I'm going to make some money doing this. Like, I'm going to be a pro.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the combine.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I just preparing for the combine, I was really doing really good. And I went out there and I felt like I didn't, perform how I wanted to, but I know it's good numbers, but I definitely was doing really good and when I was preparing for it.
Interesting. So for the benefit of our audience, you ran 4.43. That was the second best time of an edge. You were the tops in the broad jump, top 5 in the 3-cone and the vertical. And you're saying that those measurables don't even really reflect how well you were performing at that stage of the spring?
Yeah, it really don't. I felt like I kind of the moment was getting to me a little bit, especially with my first run. Still great numbers, but I definitely was disappointed because for months I was, timing really well, a lot better, jumping better, and just went out there. I feel like I did good, but I know myself. So,
well, then how did 77 in the draft strike you? Were you hoping for even higher than that?
Oh no, I was blessed for that.
Okay,
honestly, I was just in that setting, versus the combine. Yeah, the combine won numbers, but the draft, I just wanted to get off the board. I honestly I just wanted to get drafted. I'm a 25-year-old rookie, so it was like, just seeing a guy that's 25 years old trying to get drafted is not likely. So I was just thankful to get drafted. I don't need too much. I was just okay with getting off the board.
What do you remember about getting that call?
It was hard. It was one part a lot of people don't know. So it's another Byron Young that went to the Raiders. So I was sitting there, right, and when I first met this guy, I knew one day this would happen, and I was, it was like, okay, whatever. So me and him come out at the same time. I'm sitting down, and my agent takes me and said, congratulations. I'm like, what? He said, you got drafted to the Raiders. I'm getting happy, and he said, oh, never mind. They text the wrong agent. So I'm upset right now. And the Raiders about to pop up, and my family don't know that. So I'm sitting there, and they about to say his name. So I said, should I turn off the TV for like 3 minutes or, just go ahead and take this, because I knew the day would have come. So I'm sitting there, and they said, the Raiders drafted Byron Young. My family started cheering, and I'm just sitting there just hurt. And I was like, that's not me. And I had a hard pill to swallow, so I took that, and I was upset, but, I was just thankful that, the rounds was right for me. So, good things happen to the people that wait. So I knew God had a plan for me, and I'm here now, so I'm happy for
The other Byron was 70th overall. We have a closing segment here called 3 and Out, where I was going to ask one of my final 3 questions. Have you ever met him?
Yeah, we trained together at Exos before the draft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was 70, you were 77, but you believe it was meant to be. You get to be with the Rams that had a chance for you really to grow on the edge of this defense.
Yeah, for sure.
How would you evaluate your rookie season to date, if you're being self-critical?
Honestly, I feel like I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch my tape and watch myself, you could tell that I'm a rookie. And it's a lot for me to learn. I feel like some people might think I'm doing good, but for me, just having a type of standard for myself, I feel like I definitely got a lot of proving to do and a lot to learn about the game and routine preparation, learning from guys on the team already. So I got in mind what I want it to look like and at the end of the season, but I'm nowhere near there, and I'm still working, but I say as of now, I'm doing okay, I feel like I'm not doing terrible, but I feel like I'm not doing, I say I'm not doing that great, but I'm not doing terrible. So that's all that matters. I'm still improving.
Well, let me sing your praises a little bit. You're top 25 in the league in total pressures. You've already been honored as an NFL Rookie of the Week for your performance against the Arizona Cardinals. What was it like to see that Pepsi belt and to share it with Puka throughout the first couple of months of this season?
It was amazing. Honestly, I didn't expect to win. I feel like I had a good game against Arizona, but the guys that was I was going against for the rookie belt, it was a lot of good guys in there. So I was just like, man, I'd be thankful. I'm just thankful to be a nominee, honestly. Mm-hmm. So but Puka bring me the belt. Puka win it 3 times. So it was amazing. To have him there, and just the type of guy he is, and just hyping me up while I get the belt. That was really, it was really heartwarming.
I think we can get a third Rams rookie to win it. I would love it if they gave like a lineman some serious consideration.
Definitely.
Like, could a Steve or a Kobe get a fair shot?
Steve, I'm definitely surprised he haven't won it yet. And Kobe, yeah, I'm surprised Kobe didn't win it. But it'd be kind of hard sometimes playing next to Puka. So, Puka be just stealing them every week. So
Toughest competition.
Toughest competition. But I definitely feel like Kobe or Steve is definitely about to win one.
You've mentioned your age a couple of times, and I'll note that you're like the same age as like a Fuller or Durant, some like upperclassmen on this team.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've bonded with some rookies, but do you also kind of fit right in with like the middle tier of this organization in terms of guys who have been here longer and are your age?
Oh, definitely. It's crazy that you said Jordan Fuller, because he was one of the main ones that I kind of connected with, because him being here for about 4 years, and I'm talking to him and asking him for advice and OTAs, so I really connected with him. Him being a captain on the team, it was easy to talk to him. But yeah, definitely connected with Michael Hoyt, Kobe Durant, like you said, even Ernest Jones, not that old, but he, I still connected with him a lot. So one of the older guys.
What was your reaction and the team's reaction, really, flying home from Dallas? Because you had been competitive in every game until week 8. That was kind of the outlier.
Mm-hmm.
How are you and how are the Rams handling that one?
It was a tough loss. Every time we, lose a game is, never a great feeling. Bad taste in our mouth and bad feeling in our stomach. But, today we had meetings about it, and, just gotta have a better week this week and go out and play better ball. It's never a good feeling on a plane ride home, flying about 2.5 hours back home, and never a good feeling after a loss. So just gotta put that behind us, don't let them beat us twice, and go from there.
Byron, I wonder if we could go back and tell like a 10-year-old you or a 15-year-old you or even a 20-year-old Byron Young, you're going to go to Lambeau Field and start against the Green Bay Packers this week.
Yeah.
How would that have struck you?
I'd really be, surprised and, excited. That's a legendary field, and, younger me wouldn't know what to think. It was just, it'd be so, so real, so just an amazing opportunity.
Can't wait for the Rams to get there and take a swing at the Packers. It's a really important contest before your bye week. All right, you've already stolen my thunder in a very good way with our closing segment we call 3 and Out. 3 final questions. We'll trim it to 2 because you've already talked about the other Byron Young here in the National Football League. But the bid is you finish this way, and I'll make a donation to the LA Rams Foundation on your behalf. Sound good?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you do get to wear the number 0 in your rookie campaign, right?
Yes,
the
sir.
NFL kind of moves some rules around to allow for that, defensive players to wear that number on the edge. Why do you like that number? And also, like, do you have a nickname? Some have called you BY or Agent Zero. Like, what can we call you for the rest of your rookie season?
So, the 0 is basically, behind my story. It's a testimony to that. Coming out, I had zero support, really. Not saying from my family, but like from people that, outsiders and, teams. I really didn't have no type of help, and I had to do everything on my own. 0 people supported me, so I wear that 0 for that, and it was like for my age and taking 2 years off, the chances of me even being right here where I'm at right now is like a 0% chance, and that's why we're the number 0. I won it in college, but they gave it to somebody else, so that kind of hurt me. But yeah, that's the reason we're number 0. To remind myself of where I came from, and it wasn't easy, and who all was there, and I'm gonna keep wearing it, hopefully. And nickname wise, everybody call me BY.
BY.
And Coach Raw called me Agent Zero, so that's kind of cool. It's just referring to me, said, yeah, Agent Zero, that's how you gonna do it. So that's kind of cool.
But 0% chance, 0 offers, very little support outside of your family. It fits, huh? Did you have to fight anyone for 0 here in the Rams facility? Did anyone else want it as badly as you did?
I don't know, cause I asked them about the number. The funny thing about it, I called the day after I got drafted. I was talking to my position coach, Coach Joe, and I was like, "Yeah, so about the numbers." Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, I don't really handle that." So he was then Jock called me, and he was like, asking me about the numbers, and I said I want number 0, and he said, number 6 is open, right? And I was like, yeah, but I want number 0, so.
It fits with your story so well. I hope you wear it for the rest of your career. It looks good on you, too.
I appreciate it.
Final question. Anyone who's been to Tennessee or seen the Vols play or heard the song Rocky Top knows that thing gets stuck in your head, right?
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. What
are your true feelings about Rocky Top?
Oh, man. The song? Or
yeah, let's stick with the song.
Okay. I love the song, but it just like playing at Tennessee for 2 years, and oh man, you hear it everywhere. So it's like it gets pretty, just a little bit, to the point where like it's a little irritating. But I mean, I love it, but I hear it way too much. And the funny thing about it, I had to do like a fashion show for like a charity, and had to like walk out, and they played the song.
Did they?
I'm like, they played the song. They said, yeah, Byron Young came from Tennessee, and you just hear the song playing.
Can't escape it.
Everybody else got other songs. They got regular songs. I just had that song, so I was like, okay, I guess this is what comes with it. So
you do rep the Vols, though. I saw you boarding the plane the other day with
always.
Your Tennessee orange.
I'm always rep them. That's where it started at, and they're the first team that took a chance on me. So got to.
Well, I'm glad we got to know you a little bit, got to iron out some of the details of your story. It helps me, it helps Rams fans, I think, appreciate all the success you're having here in 2023, your first as a pro. We wish you many more, okay?
Thank you.
For Agent Zero, BY, Byron Young, on the edge for your Los Angeles Rams, I'm JB Long. Rams and Packers this week at Lambeau going into their bye. Thank you, as always, for joining us for Rams Review.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our videos.